You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, and even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion. Delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, the actions you can take, how your family, your business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof of your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we're celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Let's see, what do we have on tap for? Well, wait a second. I can't say what do we have on tap first because it's National Mulled Wine Day. Now, I'm hoping that it's not on tap. I just throw that out there. Now, I have seen some places now that have gone to wine on tap. We used to go to a real nice winery in Paso Robles. Still go to nice wineries in Paso Robles. But there was one that had a wine that came in a bag. It was a real fine wine. But it was great because it had a tap on the bottom. But when you let the wine out, it didn't let any air in. So the wine in the bag lasted longer. But National Mulled Wine Day warms us up with fruits, spices, and wine in the lingering days of winter. A hot mug of mulled wine hits the spot and fills the home with pleasant aromas. I don't know. But, I guess until I've tried it, can't say anything until you try it, I guess. That's the story on that one. What else do we have? National Cold Cut Day. Boar's Head, if you please. I like Boar's Head cold cuts. That's my go-to. So we enjoy that one. And do we have I don't know. We used to have a song, Josh, and I may not have moved it over to the new board. But we should be playing Happy Birthday. Right? Because it's Dr. Seuss's. That doesn't look like Dr. Seuss, though, is it? I don't know. It looks like who's that actor? Robert De Niro? Isn't it De Niro that looks kind of like that? I don't know. But Dr. Seuss, Sam I Am, and Green Eggs and Ham. And do the kids still even listen to Dr. Seuss or read Dr. Seuss? They do. Okay. So I'm going to have my grandson over with me today. I'll see if we're going to talk and go. Maybe we'll go out to lunch and I wonder if we tell the server that it's Dr. Seuss's birthday, if we can get a dessert or something. Can't hurt to try, right? Okay, and today, now I want to hear from everybody here. We're going to see if anybody gets this one. You do get a choice of your favorite mulled wine on your own tab. If you can guess that, why is today National Anthem Day? Anybody? Well, the national anthem, I'm going to tell you why. Because the national anthem was adopted in 1931 on March 3rd. The Star Spangled Banner, it's Monday, right? And I haven't even had any mulled wine. The Star Spangled Banner was adopted as the national anthem on this day in 1931. National anthem. That would be like for everybody in the country. And, I'm just not a fan of the black national anthem or the green national anthem or any other national. We have one national anthem because we are one country. or at least we're supposed to be. Story behind the Star Spangled Banner is as moving as the anthem itself, while an attorney, Francis Scott Key, was serving in the Georgetown Light Field Artillery during the War of 1812 and 1814. His negotiating skills as a lawyer were called upon to release Dr. William Bean, a prisoner on the British naval ship Tonnant. Early in September, Key traveled to Baltimore in the company of Colonel John Skinner to begin negotiations. And while Key and Skinner secured Bean's release, the British Navy had begun attacking Baltimore. The trio waited at sea to return to Georgetown. Hey, and you can go and read that whole thing. It is on that super secret website, google.com. I think you can find, I think it's still, of course, you might have to go. I don't know. I haven't been going to Google nearly as much. I've been using Gemini a lot and ChatGPT. It seems to be a lot easier to find out. Now, Gemini, for those of you that aren't using Gemini, Josh, you using Gemini at all? Okay, so I get a lot of newsletters and I get a lot of emails that come in every single day. And our server, our host, I don't know, I guess you call it a host, is Google, Gmail. And it puts a little button right on the top of the email that you can summarize the email. So, and then you can, then it puts a pane over there on the right and you can expand the summary or you can keep it just as a real brief summary. So I can read a lot more emails that way. Not that I want to get more emails, but I do get a lot of them. But Gemini, being that it is integrated, it's kind of nice. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. So Gemini is mine now. But you can get that information. You can find out all about the national anthem right there on Gemini. Let's take a look and see what the markets are doing today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 93. The S&P 500 is down 10. The NASDAQ is down 66. Oil down 20 cents a barrel. That's pretty nice to see that going down. We always want to see oil going downward. That kind of helps us in a lot of different ways. But we like to check that out. And the 10-year Treasury, that's been kind of nice as well because we've been watching that 10-year Treasury going south. We like to see that. It was up this morning, and then we got some good news that came out, or maybe, well, I guess you have to really be careful of how you say what you say, because bad news for the economy is good news for the mortgage world. So when we saw the news that came out on I think this morning, the ISM report, I think that's the report that came out early this morning. When we saw that come out and the numbers was a little bit light, it wasn't horrible, but when that came out, we saw the market turn. And the fascinating part, or at least it is fascinating if you're a nerd like me and you watch the markets like I do, is that the mortgage-backed security was down 25 basis points early today. That means an increase in interest rates. And then we got the numbers that came out, the ISM report, and they were expecting a 50.5, which means expansion. Came in at 50.3, still expanding, but it wasn't good enough for the market. We got a recovery. Now the 10-year Treasury is down 2 basis points. The mortgage-backed security is up 1 basis point. Good news for the mortgage world. And whenever we're looking right now, bad news for the economy is good news for the mortgage world. We're going to see a lot of news coming out this week. We'll continue to watch all of that for you. But we're gonna chat about the mortgage world. We're going to talk about things home buyers get wrong. Think about that one. So we'll talk about that one as well. And we're going to talk, is a newly built home right for you? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you a military veteran, first responder, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, then you're a Ron Siegel VIP hero and you may qualify for rewards up to $5,000 to $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with a Ron Siegel Radio partner. As a valued VIP hero, you receive special savings, rebates, and valuable discounts. Learn more by calling me, Ron Siegel, at 1-800-306-1990 or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. It's just our way of saying thank you.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. So we need to look and see, what did mortgage rates do on Friday? Wait, the number that you're going to get, they don't tell us points paid, points received, or the APR. They only tell us the number you put into your mortgage calculator to find out exactly what your principal and interest payment would be. Now, if you don't have a mortgage calculator by this time, well, shame on you, because we give one away all the time. We give it away. All you have to do is go to rsrlinks.com/mortgage app. I'm sorry, rsrlinks.com/mobile app. I guess it would help if I'm going to give something to you, if I give away the right item, right? rsrlinks.com/mobile app. Let's see what the rates did on Friday. Conventional 30-year fix, 6.60. That was down. Jumbo 30-year fix, 6.687. That was down. FHA 30-year fix, 6.347. That was up. VA 30-year fix, 6.094. That was down. And USDA, that's the rural areas, generally no down payment, 6.436. That one was up. Now, if you want our thoughts about the markets each and every business morning, as early as the data allows, we do share that with you. We share that on rsrlinks.com, rsrlinks.com. rsrlinks.com/market minute. rsrlinks.com/market minute. Let's see what the markets are doing today. So we already shared with you, and if I could find my screen, I've got too many screens going here, and I can't find anything when I've got so many going. I'm gonna have to go buy another screen just so I can have another screen to get lost on. S&P, I'm gonna give Josh Morris things to try and help me figure out how to get them working. S&P 500 is now down 6.2, and we'll look at the well, that's wonderful. I just lost the screen that I was needing to read there for you or to share with you. Gotta love Monday mornings, don't you? So we're going to look for the 10-year Treasury. It's going to pop up here any minute now. Okay, mortgage-backed securities are now down 6 basis points. The 10-year Treasury is down 3 basis points. That's an interesting one. What's driving these things? So we're watching all the different things that are going on. We look at geopolitical issues. We look at the administration, which there's something new from the administration every 20 minutes. But this one here that we liked, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent was recently interviewed and had some optimistic comments on housing and rates, as well as the economy as a whole. Bessent said that he believes the U.S. will achieve its 2% inflation goal due to their oil policies and reducing the U.S. deficit spending, partly due to the DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency work. He also expects and wants the 10-year Treasury yield to move lower and believes that the spread between mortgage rates and the 10-year will continue to narrow, which is a good thing for rates. On housing, Bessent believes the housing freeze will unlock in a few weeks, which would be a welcome development for all of us. Now, when we're looking at these issues here, what does he mean by the mortgage spread? Well, what that talks about is we've been running a decent spread between the 10-year Treasury and a 30-year mortgage. And generally that spread is historically, I should say, that spread has been around 1.79. Well, right now we're looking at the 30-year fixed rate loan, and that's at 6.74. Again, just numbers, not APRs or anything like that. 6.74, and the 10-year Treasury is at 4.19 or 4.2. So if you look at 6.74 against 4.2, that's like a 2.5 spread. If that shrinks, we don't even need to see the 10-year go down any further. We don't need to see inflation go down any further. And interest rates would drop if we can see that get back to a more normalized number. And it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to expect that to happen. Bessent also says he sees an increase in GDP or growth in the U.S. as well. But on that note, the Atlanta Fed recently released their GDP estimates for the first quarter of 2025. First, for perspective, the Atlanta Fed was forecasting 2.9% just a few weeks ago, then 2.3% on February 14th. And just last Friday, February 25th, they reduced it from 2.3 to a negative 1.5. That's huge. And points to a slowing economy. They cited concerns over the most recent personal consumption expenditures report, where spending was down. It was a negative 0.2%. They're likely feeling the consumer is tapped out. I guess the credit cards have finally got to the max. So that's kind of the issue that we're seeing right there. Real U.S. cryptocurrency. President Trump announced last week that he's issued an executive order on digital assets directed at the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategy. It includes XRP, Solana, and Cardano. He later commented that Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as other valuable cryptocurrencies, will be at the heart of the reserve. And Realtor.com just reported that in February, days on the market dropped 10% as they are getting closer to the spring home buying season. The recent existing home sales report for January showed days on market moved up to 41 from 35. That's huge. But this trend looks to be reversing in February, and we should see more activity and better figures as rates continue to moderate. Interesting numbers right there as well. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial when you're ready for that next home loan. Geneva's got the programs and the products You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. I will share with you that we did have a conversation. I was listening to a conversation. I didn't have the conversation. But if you haven't listened to the conversation, I think it was dropped last Friday. Last Friday might have been the date that it came out. It was on the Joe Rogan Experience with Elon Musk. And if you haven't seen that, it was a pretty fascinating conversation because I don't care what you think about Doge, and I don't care what you think about Tesla. I'm not a Tesla driver. I'm a good old fashioned gasoline. I've got my cars are all traditional gas cars. No, I haven't got into the electrical vehicle stuff yet. But Musk, if you can keep up with Musk, the guy is just amazing. But when you're listening to some of the issues that he talks about, as far as the money that the Doge group is looking to save us, why would somebody be upset about that? Now, he's talking about the scam of what Social Security is doing. Now, could you imagine if we didn't have the scam going on, the fraud going on, and the misallocations going on? How much more money could our seniors be getting if just using the exact same budget, if we didn't have the waste and fraud and abuse going on? And he explained how they're doing it, which makes a lot of sense. You know, then he talks about the inefficiencies of the government. I don't know if you saw this when he posted, and he made a comment here. I love this one. The media right now is all talking about the fact that all these people are getting laid off because of Doge. And and Musk talks about the fact that they're going to make mistakes because they're going quick, and they'll correct those mistakes quickly. But he said the vast majority of the legacy media is just misleading the public. And he said, here's the issue. It's real simple. He said, whenever somebody tells you that their X, Y, or Z is happening based on Doge, he said, if you can go to doge.gov, doge.gov, and you can see every single thing they're doing. They put it up there, a post up there every day. And he said, just ask them if there's something that happened. You know, a family's not getting their food now because of Doge. He said, ask them on the budget, what line on the Doge website shows where they're not funding that particular issue. Found it fascinating. He said, you know, just go and look. It's really interesting. It's really, really interesting watching it. And when you're that transparent. So I urge you, listen to the interview yourself. I listened to it on Spotify. Josh, is it on Apple also? Or is it just okay? So Joe Rogan, you can find it on Apple, Spotify, probably everywhere that podcasts are, because Joe Rogan's got a big audience. I mean, they didn't pay him $90 million or something like that because he doesn't know what he's doing and because no one's listening. He's got a big audience. I found the discussion fascinating, even talking about how fast they're getting the Dragon spaceships at SpaceX going up. Unbelievable. And they covered so much stuff. And I'm only in the first, I think, an hour and a half of it. Yes, I walk slow. I listened to it while I was walking on Sunday morning. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, is a newly built home right for you? The pros and cons, the 5 basics of financial literacy, a homeowner's guide. And we're going to talk about 5 things home buyers get wrong about mortgages today. All that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you a military veteran, first responder, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, then you're a Ron Siegel VIP hero and you may qualify for rewards up to $5,000 to $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with a Ron Siegel Radio partner. As a valued VIP hero, you receive special savings, rebates, and valuable discounts. Learn more by calling me, Ron Siegel, at 1-800-306-1990 or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. It's just our way of saying thank you.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com. rsrmoney.com is a newly built home right for you. The pros and cons. When searching for a home, you don't want to skip over new builds as an option. Right now, there are more newly built homes to choose from than there would normally be in the market. And those added choices come with some pretty incredible benefits. Talking to your agent is the best way to see if this type of home makes sense for you. Here's a quick rundown of some things your agent will walk you through, including a few of the top perks of buying a newly built home today and some potential things you'll want to think about before you ink any contracts. The perks of buying a newly built home: customization options. Many builders allow buyers to choose finishes, layouts, and upgrades so you can personalize your home to your unique sense of style. Is obviously more of a draw if the home is still under construction, but sometimes you can have a builder agree to some tweaks even after it's completed. Less maintenance and fewer repairs. Everything from the roof to the appliances brand new, which should save you on any upfront maintenance or repair costs. For at least the first few years, many builders also offer warranties on things like structural components and major systems to give you extra peace of mind. And not having to worry about this sort of thing is a big perk when everything feels so expensive right now. Eco-friendly and energy-efficient features with stricter building codes Newly built homes tend to be more environmentally friendly. This can include energy efficient upgrades like smart thermostats and high efficiency HVAC systems or eco-friendly tech. And all of these features can save you money on your future energy bills. Again, a welcome relief while inflation is stubbornly high. Builder incentives. Some builders are also offering incentives to home buyers. While this will vary by builder, it could include rate buy downs or other ways to offset today's affordability challenges. As Bankrate says, quote, some builders offer financial incentives, including flexible financing options to encourage buyers to purchase. These incentives, especially if they get the buyer a lower interest rate, could make a new construction home more affordable in the long run, unquote. Other considerations when buying a newly built home. On the other side of the coin, there are some things that you'll want to at least consider before making your choice. Longer timelines. If you're purchasing a home that's still under construction, you may have to wait several months or longer before you can move in. As Realtor.com puts it, for home buyers who have a short time frame to move into a new home, buying a new construction could be challenging if the house isn't built yet. This is not always the case, since a community may have some quick move-in homes or spec homes that are already complete or nearly so and ready for buyers to move in. But if not, a buyer may have to wait. Potential price changes. Keep an eye on costs too. It's easy to go over budget if you keep tacking on upgrades or add-ons as you customize your build. At the same time, building materials like lumber can be affected by the economy, inflation, and changing trade policies. And unfortunately, if the cost of supplies climbs, builders will pass at least some of that increase on to people like you. As Housing Wire explains, quote, upgrades and add-ons, unforeseen delays due to weather, supply chain issues, or labor shortages, and expenses like landscape and fencing, not included in the builder's cost, can significantly affect the final price, unquote. I will also share with you, mark your calendar. You buy a new build, mark your calendar for 11 months down the road. And generally, the new home will have a 12-month warranty. 11 months down the road, have a home inspection done. It's going to cost you $500 or $600, give or take. And if there's things that should have been fixed, the home inspector might find those for you. The other issue on financing. A lot of times the builders want you to use their lending company. Sometimes they get overwhelmed with the amount of business. And sometimes there's programs that maybe the lender's mortgage company doesn't have. In a quick 2 days, our team at Geneva Financial can let you take a second look at your package, and maybe you can get funding, you can get financed with our team at Geneva Financial and close maybe 10 days later. See what about that one. Bottom line, new builds can be a great choice today. But if you want to be sure you have all the information you need to make an informed decision on such a big purchase, that's where my expertise and experience is extra important. That and again, as a certified liability advisor, it's our job to help you build wealth through strategic debt management. That is the Real-Time Real Estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. So let's chat a little bit today. I posted this on some of our social channels earlier today, and we're looking at 5 things home buyers get wrong about mortgages today. And I don't know, Josh, let's set this up as a Borrow Smart segment brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. 5 things home buyers get wrong about mortgages today. Number 1, you only focus on the rate. And I've told you this before. Strategy beats rate always. Strategy beats rate always. I could tell you right now, our friends at Geneva Financial, the highest price, or probably the highest price loan they have is the Home Select product. It saves you more money than any other loan that they've got. Saving money over time on your interest expense. So when I show people, hey, you know something? Let's not worry about the interest rate. Let's worry about the dollars coming out of your pocket. Dollars are more important than percentages. Now, the strategy here is that you got to look at how you're paying over time. What is the three things as a certified liability advisor we always look at is safety, liquidity, and return. I'm hearing more and more people right now, especially, they're saying, Ron, I've got this 3% mortgage and I'm paying it off as quick as I can. And I scratch my head and I say, 3%. Don't give that to the bank because it makes them more secure until you're completely paid off. So why pay it off early? Take that same money and stick it into, I don't know, even if you put it into a 10-year treasury that's getting right now, what did I say earlier, that the 10-year treasury right now is paying 4.2. So if you got a 3-year mortgage and you can put it into a 10-year treasury paying 4.2, okay, you're better off. You're getting an arbitrage right there of 1.2%, and you'll be able to pay your house off that much quicker. Myth number 2, that you'll get a loan instantly. Well, unless you're doing a private money or hard money loan, they don't happen instantly. So, the private money, hard money, and our transition loan with our friends at Geneva, they can get that done in like 7 days. Is that instant? You decide. But for a traditional 30-year mortgage, we're talking just the law alone puts in there 10 days worth of time that you can't close for. 10 days. And that's if you've got a company that controls everything from start to finish. That's not a mortgage broker, that's a mortgage banker. Because we have our own processors, we have our own underwriters, we have our own doc department, we have our own closers, we have our own funders. If we get everything and we get the cooperation from the sellers and escrow and title and borrowers and everybody along the way, well, we can get them done in 10, 12 days. We don't want to put that stress on our team every time. But if there's a reason that we need to, we can. Number 3, you can pick the wrong type of loan, safety, liquidity, and return. Right? Maybe almost everybody right now, if there's a way, if you have to get a loan right now, wouldn't it make sense to get an adjustable rate mortgage? Just because rates are going down. If you get a fixed rate mortgage, built in that you've got to be looking at a new loan. Now, one of the things that we do with people that get a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with us is we're going to always be watching to see how quickly we can get you a new no-cost loan at a lower rate, and we show you how to pay it off sooner. Because there's no sense in getting a lower rate and bringing the amortization table back out to 30 years again. So we show you how to keep on schedule using the lower rate, and we show you the option of doing it at no cost to you. Number 4, forgetting about your credit score. It is very, very important. You want to always be looking at your credit score when it comes to any kind of loan. And yes, there are some that don't pay attention to the credit score, but somewhere along the way, it's going to catch you. The interest rate reduction loan, that's for our veterans, they have a version that doesn't look at credit scores. The FHA Streamline has a version that doesn't look at credit scores. But don't you think that there might be some factor built into those rates that are dealing with the credit scores? Of course there is. Number 5, not shopping for the right lender. Well, there are some lenders out there that all they care about is just getting the transaction done. They're not monitoring your mortgage on a regular basis. I just sent a note out this morning to somebody that we helped get a new home in July of last year. I said, you know something? We can do a no-cost loan for you right now, but even better than that, you probably qualify for the Home Select. If you're open to a quick discussion, let's set a time to chat. So you have to, but there's not a lot of lenders that even have the Home Select. So they're going to tell you, oh, that's not a good loan. Why? Number 1, they don't understand it. Number 2, they don't have it. If they understood it and had it, it would be a great loan because they understand it. So not shopping for the right lender can be important. You go to a big bank, any of them, it doesn't matter to me who it is. Maybe if you go to US Bank, and I like US Bank, ask them what the rates are at Chase. They don't offer Chase. They offer their own products. When you go to a mortgage banker, which our friends at Geneva is they're looking at 30 or 40 different investors at any given time and saying, okay, who has an appetite for this particular loan today? Because whoever has that appetite today is going to give you the best rate today. They may not be the same one that has an appetite for that loan next week. So we're always looking at that as well. That is the Borrow Smart segment brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the 5 basics of financial literacy, a homeowner's guide to success, and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Confused about the home buying process? Or curious how much you really know about buying a home? Take the First Home IQ quiz to test your understanding of buying a home. Created by the nonprofit First Home IQ, this 5-minute quiz will give you a score, what you missed, and why. Take the quiz in 5 minutes at rsrlinks.com/FHIQ and find out what you need to know about buying your first home. That's rsrlinks.com/FHIQ.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference in the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio. or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters, the Borrow Smart segment today being brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. Let's see, 5 basics of financial literacy, a homeowner's guide to success. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's crucial for every homeowner and aspiring homeowner, financial literacy. Now I know what you might be thinking. Financial literacy sounds boring, but trust me, this is knowledge that can make a real difference in your financial well-being and your ability to achieve your homeownership dream. So, what exactly is financial literacy? Well, it's about understanding how money works, how to earn it, save it, invest it, and protect it. It's about making informed decisions about your finances, whether you're dealing with credit, debt, retirement planning, or even identity theft. Now, let's break down the 5 basics of financial literacy that every homeowner should know. Number 1, credit and debt, the double-edged sword. Credit and debt are 2 sides of the same coin. Used wisely, they can be powerful tools to help you achieve your financial goals, but used carelessly, they can lead to a financial mess that's tough to clean up. Think of debt like a saw. In the hands of a skilled carpenter, it can build a beautiful house. But in the hands of someone who doesn't know what they're doing, it can cause serious damage. Your credit score is like your financial report card. It tells lenders how responsible you are with money and how likely you are to repay your debts. A good credit score is essential for getting approved for a mortgage and auto loan, or even renting an apartment. If you want to maximize your credit score, pay your credit card bills the right way for FICO scoring purposes. rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com. Number 2, interest, the silent money maker or breaker. Interest is the cost of borrowing money. When you take out a loan, you pay interest to the lender, but interest can also work in your favor. When you invest your money, you can earn interest on your savings. The key is to make interest work for you, not against you. That means paying down high interest debt as quickly as possible and investing your money in accounts that earn a decent rate of return. Number 3, the value of time. Don't wait, start now. When it comes to saving and investing, time is your greatest ally. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. Think of it like planting a tree. The sooner you plant it, the bigger and stronger it will grow over time. Let me share a story about Cindy and Charlie. Both wanted to invest a total of $100,000. Cindy started early, putting away $10,000 a year for 10 years. Charlie waited 10 years and then also invested $10,000 a year for 10 years. Guess who ended up with more money? Cindy, of course. Even though they both invested the same amount, Cindy's money had more time to grow thanks to the power of compound interest. Number 4, inflation, the silent thief. Inflation is gradual increase in the price of goods and services over time. It means that the money you have today will buy less in the future. Think of it like a leaky faucet. Every drop might seem small, but over time it can add up to a lot of wasted water. Inflation erodes the purchasing power of your money. That's why it's important to invest your money in assets that can outpace inflation, such as stocks, real estate, and other investments that have the potential to grow over time. Number 5, identity theft. Protect your financial life. Identity theft is a serious threat to today's digital world. It occurs when someone steals your personal information, such as your social security number or credit card details, and uses it to open accounts, make purchases, or even file taxes in your name. Think of it like someone breaking into your home and stealing your valuables. Protecting yourself from identity theft is crucial. Here are a few tips. Use strong passwords and change them regularly. Monitor your credit report for any suspicious activity. Be careful about sharing personal information online or over the phone. Consider using a password manager to help you generate and store secure passwords. Passwords. Want a simple method of getting like a 20-digit password that you won't forget? Josh, you have 20-digit passwords that you don't forget? Or 20 character? Hey, here it is. Do you remember the old days when you had a a landline, a telephone landline? Do you remember the phone number you had? That's 10 digits, right? Area code and number, 10 digits. Now, what website are you on? So let's say you had 714-555-1212. Now you're on Amazon. That's 6 digits, right? Amazon, 6 letters, capital AMAZON. Okay, now add that to your 10-digit phone number. Not many people know. I mean, how many people even know your phone number today, no less your old landline? Now you're at 16 characters. Now, do you have a PIN number you use? Throw that on the end. And now throw an exclamation point or an equal sign or an asterisk or an @ sign. So now you're right there. That was I just gave you a 20-digit password that it's going to be hard to crack, right? Think about that concept for a strong password, because and sometimes what you have to do, I'll just throw this in there. Put the month at the end. Like 3, we're in March, 3. Because you have to change them all the time. So then you have to figure out, I've got so many passwords, and when you're in financial services, they're always saying, okay, what is the current password, or your password, you've had it for 30 days, you've got to change it. So think about some of those concepts as a way of getting there, and just think about that as a alternative to getting that strong password. Bottom line, financial literacy matters. Financial literacy is not just about numbers and spreadsheets. It's about taking control of your financial life and making informed decisions that will help you achieve your goals. Whether you're buying your first home, planning for retirement, or simply trying to get a handle on your debt, financial literacy is essential. As a certified liability advisor, I'm here to help you navigate the complexities of personal finance and build a solid financial foundation. We help you build wealth through strategic debt management. If you're ready to take control of your financial future, give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the basics of financial literacy, you can make a smart choice that will benefit you and your family for years to come. That is the Borrow Smart segment, brought to you by rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. I think I've got some time to give away some stuff, don't we, Josh? Okay, I didn't get my clock set properly, so Josh tells me how much time we have in the segment, and I still need his help. So don't forget about how your 3% loan is killing you. rsrlinks.com/3PCT, rsrlinks.com/3PCT. That 3% loan, it might really be killing you, because if you've got that 22.84% credit card debt, and I know so many people that do, you got to look at it and say, does it make sense? So when we're talking about that 3% loan might be killing you. If you've got a lot of credit card debt, rsrlinks.com/debt-free, rsrlinks.com/debt-free. We show you right there how to do, rsrlinks.com/2-step. rsrlink, I guess it helps if I give out the right links. rsrlinks.com/2-step. So we're going to talk to you in that segment, or in that session, about how do you go about doing that 2-step. Clear out all your debt right now. You're probably not going to be able to get the best loan long term if you've got a lot of credit card debt and unsecured debt. But if you do the 2-step, you're going to go and you're going to get that all cleaned up right now. We're going to wait about 6 months for that to season through. You have to be disciplined. You can't go and get a new car, a new boat, a new TV, appliances, building everything up, and build up all that debt again. 6 months from now, we're going to get you the loan that makes a better sense for you. We'll probably have lower, interest rates then, hopefully. But we know that we won't have the cash out function at that time, because we'll have got all that taken care of now. So we're going to wait 6-9 months. We'll also be letting your credit score season again. rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com. We're going to work on that FICO score, making sure you're paying it the right way, your debt the right way. And we're going to get you a new loan at that point, 6 months from now, 8, 9 months from now, when it makes sense. And oh, yes, we're going to give you an option where it's no cost to you. No cost to you. And we'll show you how to keep it so you don't restart the amortization table, because that's our job as liability advisors. We're not just mortgage guys. We're not going online to do this. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, at ronsiegelradio.com. Remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.